Hello everyone, I'm Dr. Scott Howard, Natural Health Chiropractic in Lubbock, and I'm on a mission to answer a lot of questions over the next few weeks with some video. So there it is, yeah, Natural Health Chiropractic. So today's video is about the question of how would I know if I would benefit from going to a chiropractor? Very good question, because if you've never been, then you haven't been educated about really what chiropractic can do. Now, you may have heard from other people, hey, go to see a chiropractor, go see my guy, or don't go to one, they'll kill you, or they're gonna mess up something. So anyway, what chiropractic does is we realign joints, mainly the spine and pelvis, realign it because there's fixation called subluxation in there, and when that happens, that alters the biomechanical, the musculoskeletal, the nervous system. It alters several things. And so when you have these little insults to the body over years and years, you don't really notice much of a difference. You may notice, like, man, after that fall at Uncle What's-His-Name's, off the porch last weekend, I've had nothing but pain here since. But you kind of brush it off, and then about 3 or 4 weeks later, the pain has kind of subsided because what you did was, for one, the spasm probably went away. Number two, you got used to it. And when you get used to it, it's not really that bad. But the little things over the years have insulted your body with a number of different things. It could be emotions, it could be falls, it could be your nutrition or your lack of exercise or your lack of water. It could have been something from years ago that you didn't pin to what's going on today, like any contact sports that you played, and 30 years later you've got nothing but neck pain because you kept getting hit and tackled. So you're like, oh, what's wrong with me? So, or either that or you blame genetics. And that's a whole nother issue all by itself. That's a video that would take a long time to explain. But how would you know that you would benefit? Well, all right, so if you're in tip-top shape, it's kind of like a race car. The crews that get the race car ready for a race, everything is working perfect. It's finely tuned. The suspension, the tires, the driver, the conditions, the aerodynamics, all kinds of things have to be working in unison to make the thing work right. Well, us humans, we've had so many insults over many years, is that there's 5 or 10% here and taken away, and 5% there, and 7% there, and that car wreck took 20% away. And then before you know it, you just think you're good, but you're just kind of, oh man, I'm great. I don't know why I can't bend, but I'm feeling, So what happens is that when you go to a chiropractor, a good one, there's good and bad in everybody. So when you go to a good one, what they're going to do is they should do an exam, and if need be, x-rays. Here, I don't try to do x-rays unless it's necessary, because you just don't want to be x-raying everybody just because. So, but back to treatments. So, and then they should assess your body and figure out what to do. It could be nutritional, bone manipulation, joint manipulation. It could be soft tissue, whatever. But the people that do go to chiropractors, they see a huge change in energy, flexibility, strength, sleeping, concentration, flexibility, you name it, any number of different things. So really, to know for sure, you first have to get an exam, because then we can identify, I'm just speaking from what I do. Some chiropractors don't even do exams, so I don't really know why because you should get a good idea of what's going on, get a good history, and then you kind of formulate this idea, oh, okay, this happened to him, this happened, I see why this is going on, so on. So, but I try to run through, not run through, I'm not trying to speed the exam, but You know what I'm saying? So I'm looking for posture, range of motion, orthopedic, neurological, some muscle testing to see if something is weak. We do the palpation. I may do an x-ray, and then we adjust, and I explain what's going on the adjustment. But it's really hard to say what you're going to feel like when you don't know how that thing feels like. I mean, it's hard to imagine. It's hard to imagine what it feels like with a third arm. You just can't imagine it until it actually is going on with you. That may be a bad example, but anyway. So I can almost guarantee that everybody, when they get the correct adjustment, they will feel better. Now, when you have a pain on this side of the low back and the chiropractor actually adjusts something else like on this side, well, you're thinking, why didn't he work at the spot where there's pain? Well, because where the pain is, it doesn't necessarily mean where the problem is. There can be compensations. There could be adaptations that's happened. One side, let's say on that race car, the tire is low on the right side. Well, you're wearing the ball joint or suspension on the left side because the tires are turned to the right side. So that's not where now that obviously that is where a problem is. You need to air up the tire, but you also need to look at other things. The body is balanced, or it's supposed to be balanced. So, but I can guarantee that the person or the patient will see some change, if not a huge change in a lot of the stuff that they come in for. Now, they probably have 10 things going on, but only one thing is really on their mind because that's the most serious at the time. And so when they come in for that, we work on the whole body, they're going to feel better about that, but then they're going to go, well, but that's better, but now this hurts. All it is we're just working down the list. They already had that there. They just didn't realize it because the neck pain was calling their attention more than the knee pain or the low back pain. And so we're knocking them off the list kind of thing. So you have to be patient, but you also have to be engaged in treatment because when you don't show up, when you don't drink water like we try to tell you, you don't eat right like we say, hey, you need to drop off the sugar. Sugar, a lot of carbohydrate intake can affect a lot of things. Shoulder muscles, those are insulin, glucose related. And if you have a roller coaster in insulin, then you're going to have some shoulder muscle issues. So that was just for an example. But so that's it's hard to really tell you and give you a sample unless you've actually had it done. So, but I can guarantee everybody is going to benefit from going to a chiropractor, the correct one. So check reviews, ask around, go to somebody that's known that they're good. Just picking them out from somewhere doesn't necessarily mean that you're going to get a good experience. So anyway, I hope that helps a little bit. If you need to call or do ask me questions, you can call me at that number right there. All right, well, have a good day, and we will see you later. Thanks.